Good morning everyone and welcome to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'm Nat and this is my Knackers Yard with some work going on by way of a change. Clocks on the XS650 look, I don't often compliment my own work, but they look brilliant, look new. My anality got the better of me last night, which isn't something I'd say on the internet often, but I have actually barely see them, but I've painted the stems for the clocks. I went black. I could have gone for a polish up, but it's a really recessed place. It's just going to get mucky, and they were pretty horrendous, but rather than put freshly rejuvenated clocks on bad stands, I went black. It's not the best paint job because it was bloody cold last night and I was doing it in a shed, but frankly you can't see them and it was probably a waste of effort, but yeah, it was annoying me. I also took the opportunity, a bit of back to black around the ignition, because that was quite greyed off as well, so that's a lot better as well, and around the actual housing. So yeah, more than happy. Looks really good. Still I'm in an iron about whether or not to do the MOT with it tomorrow. Don't know. I've probably got about till this afternoon to make a call one way or another. The SV is going in though, that's why I'm MOTing. I had a thought last night, and it was bugging me all last night. I don't have a side light for that bike, so you can run it black. The side light, it just goes, I'll show you actually. So ignition on. Whoop. Says I've got a little side light. There's no side light attached. When it goes to main beam, it's on full beam. It's really dodgy. It's not dodgy. It's not dodgy at all. It's really odd, because if you go on the internet, you get conflicting as to whether or not it even needs a side light, etc. I've got no hole in the mounting for it, for a bulb. I did have one, but I don't know where the hell I've done. I've got a horrible feeling I've thrown it. What I do have though is more LEDs. So I think I'm just gonna play it safe, taking it off, and I'm just gonna mount that on there somewhere. Now, fortunately, I have found, I remember from the bugger's muddle that was the wiring on this, I have worked out how to wire it up, and it's nice and simple. I just need to work out how to mount it, but that's next job. Cool. Okay, so a lot of thinking later, and I've got an LED mount there. I'm content that there's enough clearance to the mudguard. That's a full fist there. That's less so, so I'm going to hit the fork, is going to hit the stanchion way before that hits the mudguard, so content. So drilled a hole through, drilled a hole through, little hole for the wires. I'm just now going to tag it in. Okay, so wired in and tied it up. Do a bit of I've just plugged the headlight back in just so that I can see more than anything else. So side light, turns on the side light there, and turns on the LED there. Full beam, headlight comes on. Full beam, main beam, full beam. Pass flash. Right, happy. Let's get this knitted back together then. Right, so there we go. I don't think that looks too bad actually. I was toying with putting it on the top, but I didn't like the look of that. I wanted to put it on the frame behind, but I couldn't find a way of mounting it properly or neatly. But yeah, that's cool. It's nice and solid. So side light on. Happy with that. Main beam, full beam. Happy. Done, dusted. It's still got disco indicators. I think that's going to be all right. Right, happy with that. The only other bit that concerns me on this is the guy was quite cagey on the phone about number plates. Seems to be his thing, which is irritating. That's one size down. I have ordered a full size, but I'm just going to risk it. It's not ridiculous. Not with some of the plates that people try and get away with. And the other bit there to do, just bang that reflector on, which is fine. Cool, happy. MOT tomorrow, let's see how we get on. What else am I going to do today? Depending on what I can get away with, to be honest. I do want to start working out them shocks. So, just by looking at the bolts, I think that's seat off, sissy bar off. Probably do with a bit of a clean anyway. And then I'll do one shock at a time. Cool. I think my plan is obviously polish up what I can. This has been ridiculously badly polished at some point, because it's just, you can't slather this stuff on. It just, if it hits black, it just goes white. So I think what I'll do is de-rust it in between, and I might see if I can get a paintbrush down just to go around the black, just to smarten it up a little bit. I'm not going to paint anywhere around here. I don't want my paint on this, because it's pretty much original paintwork. But what I can do is just smarten up bits that I can get to. Right, cool. Let's see how I get on. There you go. To prove it still runs. Do you know what? I've neglected this bike to a degree, and I do feel a bit guilty about it. I haven't neglected it. I put in a shed load of work and ended up with something that's really quite beautiful. But through distraction of the amazing XS, through distraction of the amazing XS, I've not put as much attention on this as it kind of merits it. Yeah, it's a brilliant little bike. Absolutely love it. I was inspired yesterday, actually, by this is going to sound a little bit dodgy, but by two ladies walking down the street. Both of them beautiful, but for very different reasons. There was one that was absolutely dolled up to the nines. Great makeup, great hair, etc. Really making the best of itself. This one, which is exactly what it is. I mean, it's just, fundamentally it's a sports bike, but it's being made to look like something different, and it is successful and it does look good. The other lady with her was just classically beautiful. That one. Yeah, it doesn't need the effort. It doesn't need to be anything that it's not. This is just a beautiful bike, and I'm doing my bit to make it a little bit more beautiful and bring it back to its former glory. Yeah, a little bit wet there, but I forgot until I started to tinker around with this bike how much I love it. Fab. Right, well, let's see how the MOT goes tomorrow. Cool, catch you later.